Handle your hive with Tadayoshi.
All right, welcome to the show. Hey, Jessica, welcome to the show. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're not feeling well today. You've been traveling a lot, got a little bit of a cold, so thank you for taking the time and for mustering up the energy to be on the show.
Oh, no, my pleasure, my pleasure. You know that I always try to do my best. So even though I don't feel that well because of that much traveling, I haven't had the chance to recover from Australia. It was a long flight, 28 hours.
Yeah, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much. Like, like you need to get with the people that really care about you and really want to share like your victory as you. So here I am.
Now, you did the so this year. What shows did you do? You only did the Arnold, Ohio, right?
Yeah, my first show this year was Arnold, Ohio, which I take third place, and then I did the Arnold Australia,
which you
won.
How'd that feel?
Well, it feels like really, really good. Not just because I win the show, but more than that, because that makes me be the first Latina ever in history to win an Arnold show.
Oh, wow.
And the first Puerto Rican and Latina ever in my category to win that show. So
congratulations. That's awesome.
That feels awesome to be in history.
Now, where do you live now? Like, you live where?
I still live in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Because I'm looking at the back. For some reason, I thought you lived here in the States somewhere, but I couldn't remember. But I'm looking at the background going, oh, it looks pretty nice over there. Either she's in Miami or she's... So you're in Puerto Rico? Oh, wow. It must be just awesome there.
Yeah, I live in the country. It's really peaceful, and I just love it.
I bet. Is that where you were born and raised there, right?
Yeah, I lived in New York for 2 years when I was 15. But other than that, I have been living all my life here.
Oh, okay. Why did you come to New York? Was it for school or your parents or something?
I went to learn English, actually, and I study at the Clinton High School. I live in the Bronx, New York. I have a brother that he lives there, so I moved out with him for 2 years to learn my English.
Oh, now in Puerto Rico, people both speak mostly English as well as Spanish as well, right?
Yeah, in fact, most of the people, because you need, like, if you want to have like a really good job, you need to be bilingual. So over here they teach actually in schools English, but not like conversational English, but like because they know that it's necessary to know both languages.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I think a lot of countries kind of do that now. They're multilingual, at least, except for the United States. It seems like we need to start impressing that on our schools, I guess, maybe to start picking up Spanish and all these other languages that seem to be so dominant. I would love to learn. When I was in school, I took like 7 years of French and like a little bit of Spanish, some Japanese, but nothing to the point where because once you stop using it, it kind of like, it's a skill.
It's like if you don't speak it, if you don't practice, you're gonna just forget about it. Even more when it's not your first language, it's something that you need to keep practicing all the time.
So you speak English and Spanish and any other languages?
Yeah, no, just a little bit of French, just like you. I just like that. I studied in college, but it's like you said, I don't practice it. So it's like with the time, you just like start like losing, the words and forget about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a skill. You really have to, like riding a bike, you kind of have to keep doing it to keep it honed in. But it's easy to pick back up.
Actually, that I have in my wish list.
What's that?
Because I really want to learn like a third language. Oh. But I love Portuguese or French. That is like pretty close to Spanish. So it's awesome.
Yeah, you're like me. You like the romantic languages, French, Italian, Spanish. Those are all wonderfully beautiful languages. They sound good off the tongue, and they're very, very romantic. They're in the Romance languages. I'm not, although here we speak English, but I think what it also makes, ironically, whether you know it or not, it makes being bilingual, especially Spanish, makes you an asset in the industry because of the growth of the sport. So I don't know if you know that or not, but you can not only can you work with or help and coach other people bilingual who are maybe speak Spanish, but you also have you can communicate with them easily via videos and via social media, more so than somebody like myself who doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, for sure, it helps you a lot. Like, even though, like, for me, it have been helping me to promote myself and do more interviews. Like right now, if I wouldn't known English, there's no way that I could do an interview. So I'm pretty happy that I have been having the chance, like right now, to do like a really good promotion of myself and my career as a pro figure by having the chance to have like a few different interviews from different countries. So I'm pretty excited about it, and I know that it is just the beginning of really good.
Well, I told you this. I mean, we had some discussions out like last year. I think I judged you at a show or so, and we had some discussions. And I knew your physique was coming up. I really thought great things of it, and you made some improvements. And this year you came back and you really, really did a great job, I think. And so now I imagine you're looking forward to doing the Olympia. Now, rewind a little bit and tell everybody, because I don't even know tell everybody how you got involved in the sport. I'm interested in how you got involved in the sport. How old were you and how did it come about?
Kind of a sad story. I started like doing this when my dad passed away in 2013, and it's just like a really bad moment for me. So I was looking for a place that I could canalize and my emotions at that moment. So I just took the gym as my place to recover myself.
After your father died?
Yeah, he passed away with high blood pressure.
Oh,
So
how old were you?
it was like 6 years ago.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't that long ago. Okay.
The time that I have been doing the sport.
Okay. So then you just used it as therapy?
Yeah, that was like, oh my God, like that helps me a lot. So that is why I keep promoting sports, because in that moment it helps me a lot just to recover and do something good about something negative that I was living at the moment. So there's like so many negative things that are happening lately, more with young people. And when you have the opportunity to talk to them and be like an example for them, that you from something bad that you can came out with something really, really good. Because when I started this, I never even imagined that I could be doing this good. So I had the chance to talk with people, with young people, to go to the schools and give some seminars about how to deal with bad situations in your life and how can you change them to positive things. That's the most satisfaction feeling that you could get.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people have in the past used the gym as therapy in one form or another, like for one reason or another. I know I kind of did, just in a different direction. It was for me, I was a small kid and I wanted to feel better about myself because I really didn't have a lot of self-esteem because of it. And so at least I didn't think, at least when it came to my body, I didn't. And this bodybuilding just seemed like the great outlet for it. And then when I got involved in it, became more than that, because you start to realize like, wow, like I could actually change my body. If I can change my body, why can't I change the rest of my life? Why can't I do more things? It really gives you that sense of empowerment. And I believe that success builds on itself. So as you create small successes in your life, whether it be with your body or your personal life or your job or your career, doesn't matter, then you start to stack up. You really start to become this more powerful version of yourself, and it gives you more confidence. When you, sounds like that kind of happened for you, and if you're lucky enough and you direct yourself well enough, and then you can really do some wonderful things.
Oh yes, definitely. And I think that it's like something that you learn, like the discipline, the organization that you need to have, like the strength that you need, because it's like this is hard. Not everybody could do it. Like, to be honest with you, and you don't even know if you're not doing it how strong you are. And those things, that the tools that you get by doing this, if you like put it like in every single area of your life, it will make a change, like a really huge change. So it's not about just bodybuilding or about going to the gym. It's so much more than that, because you can apply it to every single area of your life and be succeed. And be
Yes,
succeed.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe that. I agree 100%. And how, so like, I got me thinking, how you said you really started this because of a way to sort of, for therapy after your father died. Were you really close with your father, with your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like really close. He died in my house. That's what
Oh,
I feel like really bad about it, because I wasn't there when he passed away. So I feel like kind of guilty, because that you always feel like, oh my God, like I could be doing like something if I was there,
sure.
and like those thoughts that that you cannot stop something like that, but still, so that anger that I have with myself about not being there at the moment, that makes me just go to the gym and just put it on the weights.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I was like training like really really hard. So people in the industry, they were like looking at me, and they were like, this girl is looking good. So they just asked me if I was about to compete, and they give me some information about it. I didn't know, to be honest, what he was about. They were like, you got an awesome symmetry. And I'm like, okay. Okay. It's like they were like talking to me in Japanese. So they were like, I know that you're not gonna understand, but look for some information. I know that you will be interested and that you could be doing really, really good if you try it. So I did it, and here I am
No, where did you where'd you get your pro card at? I don't remember.
at the Nationals 2015.
Okay, junior nationals. Okay.
Yeah.
How many shows had you competed in before the junior nationals?
Oh my God. Like, to be honest with you, I started in 2013, and I just did local shows. Then I did my first MPC show, the Tim Gardner Extravaganza in 2014. So in that first show, I won novice, open, over 30, and the overall.
Nice.
That was my first show. So I was like, okay. So people were like, oh my God, who is this girl? So that makes me feel really, really good about it. And then my second national, actually, that it was in 2015, junior nationals, I got my pro card.
Yeah, you can really.
Yeah, I did really good. And then from there, I did my debut at the Tampa Pro
Mhm.
that same year. And then next year, I did Vancouver Pro Show 2016, and I won that show. So I qualified for the first time for the Olympia in 2016. Less than a year being a pro.
Well, has your I'm curious. Like when you train, so do you train the same all year round? Some people do, some people don't. You seem to stay in great shape all year round. And if you started training as a therapy, so to speak, and you probably train. It sounds like you were training very hard, and you were getting in shape, and not even realizing what you really look like. Like, do you still? So you carry? I imagine you still carry that same level of intensity with you today. But has it changed any? Like, have you adapted your training a little bit to be more specific for the sport, or do you still just use it as this outlet and just pour energy into it?
Like, honestly, I can't. I can't work out in that intensity anymore. Some muscles. I cannot train biceps or triceps. They're already big enough. On my shoulders, like, I cannot. This is my favorite muscle to work out, to be honest. But my delts are so big already that I cannot put that much hard work in it. But when I do it, I just in my back and legs, are the muscles that I need to keep improving. But it's like I love to train hard, and it's hard when they tell me, no, you cannot do it. You cannot put like more muscle mass. You need to work reps, and I want to like keep like adding weight and weight, but I can't. So it's like kind of hard. And even though yesterday was like my day off from the gym, but I ended up at the gym. So what to do? I'm passionate about it, and I feel like kind of bad when I just don't go, even though it's my day off. And at least to go to do some abs or maybe like 25 minutes of cardio, but something because it's not staying at my house, not going to the gym. At least for some.
Well, I totally understand that. I remember early on, yeah, you really have to. At least I had to adapt my training, especially as I got over 40. But tell what is it looking like now for you? I mean, aside from recovering from having the flu or whatever, what's your? I imagine you're just focused on the Olympia now this year.
Well, that's what everybody expects. But now they're gonna like people are gonna see me before the Olympia. I'm talking with my coach, and I think that we are gonna do like 2 more shows.
Okay.
And of course, one of them is Puerto Rico Pro show. I must do it. And that we have here in my hometown, and my family, my friends, they want to see me competing, and every time that I compete, I always go by myself.
Oh.
I went to Australia by myself.
Oh wow. Okay. Well.
So that's something that have the chance like to be there with my family, with my supporters, with my friends, and not just take that opportunity. It will make me feel really, really bad. And also, I'm the champion from that show, so I must defeat my title.
When that show, when is that? Like early June, late May?
That's gonna be on May 25th.
Okay, yeah, that's Tim's show, right?
Yeah, and I can decide of doing New York Pro because it's a week before the Puerto Rico Pro show, or there's another one after Puerto Rico. So we are like kind of, let's see. But it will be interesting to do New York and then the weekend later Puerto Rico, right?
Right.
Because
right,
I have vision. Anyway.
Well, that's good. Don't give your. I would recommend, but you talk to your coach. I would recommend having a little bit of time in between those before your Olympia prep, your official Olympia prep, so that you give your body a little bit of a rest and you look crisp and sharp and healthy and vibrant on stage. By the time by the time Olympia rolls around. But
Olympia still after Puerto Rico Pro show. I'm gonna have 4 months, so I think that it's time enough to recover and get ready for the show. That's a whole prep. So we have time enough. There's not that much things that we need to improve. Just keep the condition. So I think that I will be having like a lot of time to recover myself from the Olympia. And to be honest with you, I'm used to do a lot of shows. Now, last year I did 9 shows.
Wow, 9 shows. That makes me tired just thinking about it.
I played fourth place at the Olympia. So my body's used to the hard work.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. To do 4 shows this year and then do four shows this year and then Olympia, for my body, it's nothing.
Oh. Well, that's good. That's good. Well, you're speaking of which, are you are you still working with Arash? Is he still helping you?
Well, Arash is always there for me because I was working with him, but like in a friendship kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And but now I'm with Andrew Vu. Okay. Andrew Vu is a really close friend of Pam, and he introduced me to Andrew, which is my coach now.
Okay.
Because we were both of us, we were like getting ready for the Olympia last year. So he didn't want to take me. He didn't want to take up some time.
Sure.
From
He wanted to be able to give you.
that. And he was like, listen, I know that you could do really, really good. So Andrew, he was always helping him on my preps. So he already knew me and he already knew my body. So he was like, I prefer for you and for your own benefit to work with him. And we both be focused on the Olympia in 100% with someone that is there for you in 100%. So he did an amazing job with me, and I really appreciate it. And I'm grateful because he was there for me as a friend, and he's still there as a friend. But and I really thank him to introduce me to Andrew because he's been amazing. Like he changed completely everything, like the way I used to train, the way that my diet, like everything in 100%.
What did you say? What's Andrew's last name again?
Andrew Vu.
Oh, Vu, B-U. Okay. I don't think I've met him. I don't think I know him personally, but he did amazing work.
He also works with Labrada Junior.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good. I just haven't met him personally. That's all. I'm sure I'll bump into him in the industry somewhere. But what was that?
Coming to Puerto Rico,
Website.
you can make him here. Like if you come over to the Puerto Rico press and you can enjoy the show, and I can introduce you.
That would be awesome. I would love to go to Puerto Rico and experience that. I think I almost had an opportunity to judge one of the Puerto Rico shows. And there's two of them, right? There's two, I think. I can't remember, but
our show one, the fourth show.
Okay.
That they have done.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
This is the number 4. This is the number 4.
Oh, okay.
A year.
Yeah, I just thought that was two show. I thought there was two shows over there. I think maybe I'm thinking of the one in DR from John and.
It's a Mr. Puerto Rico.
Okay.
But it's an empty. But the only that the pro show, it's just one.
Okay.
That came to it on May.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I think. Well, I would absolutely love to go and see the show. I think I've never been to Puerto Rico, and everyone tells me it's really awesome. Yeah, it's never.
Love it, especially the food. Oh my God!
Oh really? What's your favorite food? Do you?
I'm not even gonna say it because every time that I mention it, my coach, he is like he wants to kill me.
As a matter of fact, just last night I went out
every time he tells me, listen, you could do a cheat meal. It was like, but eat no mofongo. Mofongo at all.
What's mofongo? I don't know what that is.
Mofongo, it's like they take the plantains,
okay,
fry it. So it's like fried plantain, and then they mash it. They put like some garlic, seasoning, and they inside of it they put like whatever you want, red meat or trims, or it just like tastes amazing.
Wow.
If you have the chance to come here.
Definitely. That sounds rich. That sounds really rich.
It is really flavoring.
Last night I just went to there's a place in Chicago here. My girlfriend and I went to a Brazilian steakhouse, right? Where they do the thing. That was really good. I don't usually like that kind of stuff because I have this weird thing about people walking around with meat and stuff. I just have this weird thing with it. But it was very good. I liked it. Actually, I actually liked. I didn't like the lamb though. I'm not really big on the lamb thing. But unless it's prepared properly, I have some friends who are from Pakistan and who are Muslim, and they do prepare it with halal, which is like the animal's killed a certain way. And man, I'm going to tell you, it makes a difference, man. It tastes better. Like it's the gaminess goes right out. Like it does. So because I was resistant. So I tried it there, and I have had some with my friends who made it from home, and the one that was halal was better. I'm like, the one that they had there at the Brazilian Steakhouse, it was good, but it was very gamey, and so it's always kept me back from eating lamb. That, and also I like the way lambs look.
Gonna look good, but we cannot decide if something tastes good or not by the appearance. You need to try it to know.
That's right.
And then if you don't like it, well, try it. I don't like it, so at least you know.
Now, so during the week, does your coach give you does he give you cheat meals every week? Just curious. People ask us those kinds of questions of me.
Honestly, I have like a really, really good metabolism. So that is why on my diet is being really different. I have been eating a lot. People actually are surprised about how much
You eat.
Even though have the condition that I have, and it's impressive the way that my metabolism works, and in the way that he used it in my favor. So that is why I don't look tired every time that I do shows, and I do a lot of shows, and nobody have telling me yet that I look tired or that I need to rest, because it's like he really knows how to do it. And I have been having cheat meals like every week, and even though I get the condition that I get, so it's like right now, tomorrow I'm gonna have my next cheat meal. Actually.
Oh, nice. What are you gonna have? Tell us what you're gonna have.
To be honest, I don't know, because it's like so many things that you really want to eat that just to be honest, like because I really honestly I miss my mom's food.
Oh.
So I'm like, listen, Mom, do you think that you could cook something for me? But I don't want to like make her be in the kitchen. So I don't know if I should like just go to a restaurant with her and having, because honestly, I really want, to be honest, I love pancakes.
Of course.
I love pancakes. So they have in IHOP this offer that if you buy an omelette, whatever omelette, it's as much pancakes as you can eat.
Uh-oh. That sounds like trouble.
So honestly, I have that in my mind.
Go for it.
Now if I do it or not, because I have like a big stomach. Even though I'm figure, honestly, I eat like a bodybuilder.
Well, what I've found over the years is that the people who can eat more food generally can do better in general. Like if their bodies can tolerate more food and still stay lean, they can grow muscle better. They stay recuperated better. Their bodies just are able to do more. The ones who can't eat that much, they're just more. They're not quite as resilient. They tend to have harder times, get sticking points. They tend to have a hard time losing weight. So if you're able to do it, more power to you.
I knew it that something was going on with me. You see, you just give me the answer of my question and everybody's question, because everybody's like, how can you eat that much and still looking like that? I'm like, no.
Well, go ahead.
Every time that I eat, I look better and better. So
now, one of the questions I would have just regarding that, I would ask, my coach cap comes on, and so I these questions out of my coach. So like, how many days a week do you train, and how long are those training sessions generally?
Well, I work out 6 times a week. I do cardio 4 to 5 times a week for an hour, and training it depends about how which body, like which muscle of my body I'm working out. Like I told you at the beginning, I think that the workout that it takes longer for me at the gym is legs.
Sure.
Because I really put like a lot of work in it. So it takes me like maybe like an hour and a half. But other than that, it's just like an hour.
Okay, so, and you train intense when you're there. So there's a
Oh, yeah.
couple. So like so as a coach and as somebody in this industry for so long, I would say, okay, those two factors alone would enhance people's ability to eat more. Training intensely. People, you can train. I know a lot of people that train. I go to the gym and watch a lot of people train, but they don't really know how to train intensely. They think they do, but they really don't. And then second, you're in the gym just about every day. You're doing all this stuff daily. And so your body's always exhausting nutrients, always requiring fuels. And if you deny it fuels, it learns how to live on less. So you're not denying it. You're actually giving it. And if you're giving it the right stuff, then it fuels the metabolism. You actually, over time, you actually train your metabolism to perform at these higher levels. Within reason, obviously, I'm not going to tell you to go eat 5,000 calories today, but like, but you could absolutely work your way up to eating a bit more than what most people would believe. And I think a lot of people, especially ladies, they tend to have ones who aren't in the sport necessarily, but they tend to have this sort of inhibition to wanting to eat because there's a common belief that, oh, the more I eat, the fatter I'll get. It's not always true, but there's a little bit more into it than that, of course, as we know. But I think the secret to some of your success is, one, mom and dad, great genes. Two, a great activity schedule and high intensity and good eating, and they all work together. So it sounds like it's a good formula for you. But tell me about like does that training get adjusted when you and cardio get adjusted when you get closer to the show?
Yeah, I changed everything. That honestly, like we need like a lot of energy, like to improve like the muscles and the of in the workout. So it's like what I try like to do is like just get in a point of condition in a percent of body fat. Like I could feel like comfortable with it. Like when I begin like my prep, so I don't have to put that much pressure on my body at the end. Because at the end it's like when you actually like feel like kind of you're feeling the prep, you're feeling the diet. So you don't want those last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like working your off at when you don't have that much energy and trying to improve when you're ready should be doing that from the beginning. So at the beginning, you will have like more chance like to have the cheat meals, to eat more, to then like working to get tighter, you know, and play with the carbs and the reps and the workout. So that's what I actually do. And I prefer doing it because it's like also you cannot when you're like in the low carbs you cannot put that much pressure on your body because you can get injured. So people sometimes doesn't understand that, and they're like crazy. Oh my God, I just have 1 week left or 2 weeks left. I need like to do it as hard as I can, and in that moment, I'm already just to cut like a little bit of water and that's it.
So your last week or so, your peak week is you don't really change a lot of stuff.
No, actually for Australia, people were surprised because at the show I just had a normal day.
I tried to do, kind of, it's funny you say that because I have that tactic a lot with people who, as long as you get in shape, if you're in shape, then you can do this. If you're not in shape, then you can't do it. So that's good.
To do the hard work in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. So you do,
and just be relaxed, not cutting that much. So that's what my coach had the chance just to let everything the same by not cutting water, not changing carbs, no anything. So I was like drinking water on backstage, having my chips with my Sour Patch, while everybody was crazy. But I did already my job, and I was like already lean and tighter enough. So I didn't do any kind of change. It was just like a normal day for me.
That's good. I personally think that if you're in the right kind of condition, that strategy works really well, and it helps the body stay very at ease. You want the body at ease. Otherwise, otherwise you can get like water retention. You get all kinds of weird stuff that happens the day of the show, and people go, "Well, I don't know what happened." Well, it's because you were stressed out. It's because you changed stuff. And sometimes wacky stuff happens, right? Like when we change some small detail, like a food source. You never eat potatoes, and now all of a sudden you're carving up on potatoes the week of the show. Like, that's not a good idea. So,
And a perfect example is the salt and the fat. Like people just like add, cut, and I'm like, just get your body used to work with everything. With the salt, I don't call salt or sugars or good fats. Like my body reacts good to everything because it's used to work and getting conditioned by having everything on my diet. So every little change makes a difference on my body. I don't need to cut anything completely, but just play with it.
now I'm guessing that you're super precise, right, with your meals, timing, amounts, portion sizes, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, as a coach, that is a must.
I know. I have to say it because some people who might be listening, sometimes people take little indiscretions. They don't realize, like, they don't measure something appropriately, or it's like this is a controlled experiment that we're on, people, right? Like we're the experiment, and you can't control the experiment if there's variables changing every meal or every day. So I like to ask that because to reinforce the point that to get the kind of result that you get in your body, it takes very precise. You got to be meticulous. It's like, what do they say? Prepare to succeed. If you don't prepare to succeed, you're going to fail, right? Like there's just preparation. They don't call it food prep for nothing. Like we got to prep this stuff because we don't leave it to chance, right? Do you?
And then it's like when you want to like improve something or change something, you need to know it.
Yes.
How can you are gonna know your body, and how your body reacts depends on what you're eating. If you don't give them the chance to react with different things, and you knowing what is going on in your body by what you're eating. So I already get to that point and I know it. And even my coach, like for me, he's been amazing because he got the eye. He just like, he knows me right away. Now he knew. And I started with him last year on my, I was like, I think that it was like 9 to 8 weeks out from the Olympia. And he did an amazing job with me. And he knows how my body reacts to everything because he knows what actually he needs to do to know how my body is going to react. So now he knows how to play with the fats, with the sugar, with the salt, and having the like the reaction and get to the condition that we need to get without stressing the body by cutting things.
Now, I'm curious, have you always been like so I have to teach this sort of way of thinking. It's really a way of thinking about your body and about your eating and about your training. The thinking is to be extremely consistent, to be extremely meticulous. Did that come naturally for you? Were you always kind of like that? Because some people, it comes naturally. Some people have to learn it along the way. They have to learn, okay, I got to really pay attention to this. And some people they're like anal retentive. They already want to do this. But some people don't. So like, where were you when you first started this like 6 or 7 years ago?
To be honest, when I started, it was like even worse. It was like really, really worse. Like it was like something like so perfect. Like, he told me a gallon of water. I'm not gonna even drink a drop more than a gallon. That's like it. Because this is something that is really like you sacrifice a lot. I'm a mother, and when you sacrifice like some how you call it, some moments like going to the movie or things like that, that you cannot feel like doing it because you are in a prep, like birthday parties and things like that. And you are like, okay, so I'm doing this, I'm sacrificing some time with my family, so I must make it worth it. And I'm not going to be playing around with this, not getting anything from this, and also sacrifice time with them, or not enjoying things like ice cream and things like that. So it's like, what is the point if you're not gonna do it like right, like in the way that you're supposed to, in 100%, get something about it, and looking for be the best. So why you're doing it then?
Right. Well, why do you do it?
I do it because I want to be the best.
And why do you want to be the best?
I want to be the best because I know that I can do it. I know that I could inspire people. I'm a single mother. I'm someone that I have been working by myself the first years and doing everything. I thank God that actually this year I have my sponsor, Mortal Labs, thanks to them. But my first 5 years, I did it without no help, no sponsors. I was like paying for my flight tickets, my hotel, like everything, my meals, my diet, like everything. So I think that I could inspire like so many people, and more like women's, that they think that like the age is a limitation, or being a single mother is a limitation, and then it's not true. And I want to take this opportunity by just being an example and talk with people about how much things and how many things you could do, like if you're willing to work hard for it.
Well, yeah.
There's
Do what?
there is no limit.
Well, I would say like there's always I'm always offering alternative perspectives, because I firmly believe that the truth of our lives is the truth that we believe, and we believe the things that we most repeat to ourselves. And if we look at a situation a certain way and we call it something long enough, we really feel it like that. So when you look at motherhood, or you look at fatherhood, or you look at whatever job you have as a limitation, then that's exactly what it's going to be for you. But for you and for many other people, it's not. It's a point of empowerment. And that's the point. The point is that I tell people, shift your perspective, and you'll shift your life, because it's not your situation that holds you back. It's you. It's your perspective on it. It's how you view it. I didn't even know you were a single mother. So I'm so glad you said that. So like, what do you have? A daughter, a son?
A son.
A son. Oh, how old is he?
He's 21.
Wow. That's that I didn't had no I kind of I didn't even know you were that old.
Why I love.
Yeah. No kid. It keeps us young, right?
That is why I want to keep motivating people and motivating most of it women. And also, it's like here in Puerto Rico, we are such a small island, and I just want to like put it on the map, by being the first Latina ever in history to be the best and be the number one, because there's like so many bad things that they're happening lately, and we need people give an example that they could do like really really good things.
Yeah.
And we really need this. And you don't even know the reaction of the people over here when I won the Arnold Australia. They're gonna do me an recognition here in the city where I live tomorrow, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we are like so passionate with sports. Puerto Ricans, we are like that. So it's like just like by people like, oh my God, I want to start working out. Oh, I want to like look fit. Like, oh, I want to like, take care of myself and have like a healthy living style. And just because of the way that I have been inspiring them, it's a good thing, and I know that I have a tool in my hands that if I know how to work it, how to use it and work it out, I know that I could do so many things and I could change so many lives around me, and I really want to be a blessed because I have been blessed. So
Well,
that's what I want.
well, you're definitely inspirational for sure, especially now that I know that you're a mother and you're like, and you're older than I thought you were. But that's okay. It's good. It's awesome because your physique does not look like it. Your physique looks very youthful, looks very vibrant, looks very, very good. Your skin tone is absolutely wonderful, and that's the when I talk to aging athletes, that's the problem with the aging athletes, especially the ladies. But also the men too. As we age, we lose elastin in the skin. We lose these collagen in the skin. And so what happens is they got to get really, really super lean just to get a tight look. And then when you do, if you go overboard, it can destroy it, the look. But most importantly, the skin doesn't really wrap around the body as easily and nicely. So when you have really wonderful skin tone, a really wonderful complexion, and a good, healthy, tight, youthful skin, it's like that you can't buy in a bottle. That stuff is just you get because God gave it to you, and that's it. But you have it. You definitely have it because you have great skin tone.
And you haven't seen me my 100% yet. You will see the Olympia this year.
Okay, good. Well, you got lots of steep competition in the figure category. There's like a lot of really wonderful competitors there. And so it's, it'll be really fun to see you go up there. I really felt that I think when you were at the Olympia, was it last year? Where was your placing? Where did it fall out last year?
Fourth place.
Fourth? Yeah, that's what I thought. I well deserved, totally well deserved. And so I was hoping for just maybe one place more, but because I really appreciate your physique. I think you have great skin tone on stage too. Really nice dark color, really wonderful. So, and great stage presence. So, but what was it like? Like if you started 6 years ago, that would have meant your son would have been like 15, he'd been in high school or something like that.
He was,
Well, yeah. So he'd been like 14, 15 in high school. So that's tough. Like to go through the prep. I'm curious. What does your son think of this whole fitness career, figure career? What does he think, and like what is his perspective on it?
well, he have been seeing me like working really, really hard for my goals, and I'm doing better every year. So for him, I'm kind of like an inspiration. He also do sports. Like right now, actually, like at the end of this month, he's gonna be representing Puerto Rico at the World Cheerleading Championships in Orlando.
What's
He
that?
do he do gymnastic,
Oh, cool.
and he's gonna come to Orlando to represent Puerto Rico at the World Series. And sometimes he's not doing good, and he was like even like thinking about to quit. And it was like, you know what, I didn't do it, Mom, because you didn't teach me to quit. Because I have been seeing you struggling and working really hard, but you never ever think about quitting. So you didn't teach me that. And even now that it's been a hard moment for me, I'm not gonna do it because I just want to be just like you. And that's something that really makes me feel like I did a really good job with him.
It sounds like it. I think our children are a reflection of us, right? Of who we are.
And he sees me as a friend, and like his friends, when they see me, like they feel like comfortable around me. I think that I'm the only mom that they actually invite to go to the beach and to go to the movies with them.
Yeah,
And
that's because you look better than all the other girls. Like, invite your mom, man. She looks good.
if you have to invite me, they invite me.
Yeah. He's like, no. That's funny. That's really cool, though. That's really cool. My daughter's only 10, and or she's just about to turn 10, and she always she's expressed some interest into wanting to go to the shows with me, of course, and help me. But somebody asked me, "Oh, would you ever want your daughter to be involved in the sport?" And I said, "Not if she doesn't want to. I'll never make that suggestion, never. But Not because I don't like it, because I love it. Obviously, I've committed my life to it, but because I think that in life, we all must come to our own passions ourselves. I'm not going to tell her that this is the right career path, this is the right school, this is the right grades. No, I love you no matter what. It doesn't. The rest is up to you. I will help you and empower you. What approach did you use as a parent? I'm always asking these kinds of questions because I think it's so. We're more than just athletes. We're more than just bodybuilders or favorite, but we're also mothers. We're also people. So I'm just curious. Your son obviously got a good message because he's not quitting on whatever he does. But what else? What was your focus there?
When I was a kid, I usually do like a lot of things, and I used to dance. I used to model. I did stunts for movies,
Wow.
and yeah, I'm always being like curious and always like try different things. So that's what I told him. Like you could try it. And he did baseball, volleyball, you name it, like different things. And I tell him, listen, like you just try, and it's gonna be something that you're gonna find that you're gonna be passionate about it, and you're gonna do it in 100%. Until you don't get that in your life, you just can keep trying because you're gonna find it. So that's why he did, and he find it in the gymnastic. So that is why he's doing so good. Because to be honest, if you want to do good and if you want to be the best in what you do, you need to feel love and be passionate about it. Because if you don't feel happy, if you don't feel like, oh my God, like you don't think about next day to just wake up and do it again and just go there and try one more thing, a different thing, and one more time, then it doesn't worth it.
That's true. I'm glad you said that because one of the things that I always have felt has been my biggest blessing in my life was my mother and her parenting style. More than just having a mother, but her parenting style. Her parenting style was very hands-offish. But she was very, very. If I could sum it down, if I could dummy it down into like a simple, quick phrase, it would be: I never felt judged ever. I never felt criticized ever. I always felt loved. And those are the three things that I try to bring to my own daughter. So did you feel that way growing up?
Oh yes, well, in a kind of way, no. That is why I'm being with my son like that, because my parents, they were like always working.
I see, yeah. That's normal.
So I'm always and things like that. So I was always like kind of on myself, and I didn't have them, there like cheering at me and things like that because they really had to work. I understood that when I grew up. But then at that moment, it's like you feel like kind of like you really want your parents to be there. So if we didn't have that, I was like, okay, so when I get my son, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be the first one, first line, like screaming and cheering at them because I didn't have that. So in a kind of way that helped me like in a positive way to be like a better mother and just to learn how not to be with him.
Sometimes that's the most powerful way we learn, right? By what we don't like.
Yeah, exactly. So I just always try to get the positive things from everything, even though if it's a negative situation. So I have been, being the best mother I can be with him by letting him know that I'm there. Even they had like a level 5 category in the cheerleading.
Okay, sure.
With no age at all. So when he's starting to feel bad, I joined the team. Part of the team. Yeah, and I was like going there and and practicing with him as a base because they cannot fly me because I'm too heavy. But I was like helping as a base, just like taking the girls at and holding them. So when he see me that I was like there for him and being part of what he was like doing, he feel really, really good about it. Then when he begins to do things good and things like that, then I was like, okay, so I'm getting back to my thing.
The funny thing is, it's kind of funny you say that. So you've probably been to most of your son's competitions and events and stuff, right?
Yeah. Everything, like sometimes like because we both need to practice and we both need to do exercise. When he needs like a little bit of challenge, like to push himself, or in my case, like push myself. Like we go to the tracks and we challenge ourselves by doing this kind of exercise, and we keep motivating ourselves by doing like push-ups or chin-ups, or who do the 100 meters faster or things like that. So we make
Wow.
it fun. That we do our job.
That's awesome.
But
That's really awesome. I have to say though, as much as I had a wonderful mother growing up, she only went to one competition I ever did, and it wasn't. I don't find it a sad thing at all because because I think that was the power, that was the benefit I got from my mother's experience with my mother. I knew she loved me. There's no doubt. So whether she showed up or whether she didn't, it didn't matter. I didn't care. Like I don't need her to prove it to me. You know, it's like so. But it would have been nice to see her a few more. But she always. I remember. Was that?
I had that same.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it would have been nice, but I knew that she wanted. But I'll tell you what. I don't know about your parents, but the most popular comment I ever got from my mother, every time I would start dieting, she'd say, "Oh, she's like, oh, I can't wait till you get off your diet because you look like you're dying." She didn't like me losing all the weight.
Well, in my case, my mom, she doesn't tell me anything about how I looked, but it's more about how cranky you get.
It's like-
That's the most.
She's-
She's like, oh my God, I
She-
want you to eat so you can relax and feel like better and be smiling more.
she'll make some of those. She'll make some of those plantains for you.
She's a really good cooker. Oh my God.
I know most of the people that I know who grew up in like Puerto Rico and also in Brazil, when they talk about their parents and talk about the stuff, they talk about the food. Like it must be it's a big part of the culture.
That's something that Latinos, we got that in our blood.
Well, I have to say that in my family, my mother, bless her heart, wonderful woman, of course, she sucked as a cook. She was not a good cook at all. I did most of my own cooking growing up. She cooked one meal a week or something like that. Because
I would be like that, but that's not the case.
yeah, it's probably
Even worse.
Was that? Oh, well, the problem for me, it probably is the reason why I didn't become such a foodie. Like some people are really big foodies; they like really get passionate about food. To me, it's more like it's the bane of my existence. I like, oh man, I got to eat again. Like even today, I'm like, I don't really, I don't have that love for eating food. But that's just me. Yeah, it's just my own issues. It's like, but is your son do you think your son might be able to attend the Olympia and see it this year?
Yeah. He would love to go to Vegas, but he doesn't have the age. So he is like, mom, like if I go there, I must be like 23
Why?
to get to the places.
No, only 21.
21?
21, yeah, it's all you gotta be.
He's 23. So he's like,
not the casino, for drinking in the United States, in Nevada, for drinking and for gambling, it's 21.
okay.
So he can go any of those places.
Now he would love. He really wants to go to Vegas.
He'll have a blast.
And his first experience in Vegas, he wants to do it with his mother.
That's pretty awesome, man. Go party with your mom, like that would be awesome. I would totally do that, and he could actually feel pretty good about it because you can get you'll look better than everybody else. So. You tell him he needs to get on a diet first so that he can look as good as you.
Everybody and every single good-looking girl there. So Okay, fine. Let's go, mom.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty funny. So this next year, aside from the Olympia, like what's the most exciting thing going on for you? Are you doing anything cool? Are you doing anything interesting? Are you looking forward to anything other than the Olympia, of course?
Well, we are actually like working in something because I want to like have like something for my own like my own brand. So we are working in something with my sponsors. People are gonna know pretty soon about it.
Okay, cool. That's the Immortal Labs you're working with?
Yeah, and then there's like different things that we are gonna be working on, and also some seminars and some even like guest posing. Even though I'm a figure, but when I do like guest posing, I do as a woman's physique and try to add like some of their skills and things like that to make it fun and of course showing my Latina side with this flavor that we have. So there's like really good things that are happening. So I really, really excited about it. I know that there's like a lot of things that I told you from the beginning that they're like happening. This is just the beginning. So I know and people are gonna like see more about me and they're gonna start like still hearing like things from me.
Good, good, good. Did you think 6, 7 years ago? Did you think when you first started doing this stuff? Did you think it would be? Do you turn into a career?
No,
No.
ever.
So what would you tell somebody else? Some young lady who's entering the sport or who has aspirations or who looks up to you. What would you tell them about that?
I just like let people know like to try things. Like you never know where those things are gonna like bring you. Just give it yourself the chance to try it. If you don't like it, at least you try it. But you don't know what you could get from it, what you could learn from it, or what those things are gonna like take you. It's just one decision will make a huge difference in your life. So
Totally.
why not? Why not? That's the thing. Why not?
When I know you said you got into work training hard because of your father's when your father passed away, but did you hadn't trained before that, or had you been involved in sports before that?
Yeah, I used to do tracks, 100
Okay,
and 200 meters. That's my background actually, and
that's where the legs come from.
some volleyball when I was like in high school,
Okay.
and being pro sports. I always love to challenge myself.
Well, that's okay. That's good. This is apparently like this sport is a little bit more, I think, suitable for longevity because you can compete for so long. You can keep your body in shape for the most part. Unless you're Dexter Jackson, which means it's pretty much forever. But in other sports, there is definitely a time window where where you're going to be at your absolute best, and I think all sports kind of have that, but this sport has an extended period. But I think that the health benefits and the longevity benefits and the benefits to one's self-esteem and life is so great with all sports, but especially with this sport. I mean, because it sounds like it helped you in those ways as well. Do you
Yeah.
still, when you go to, I gotta ask, when you go to the gym, do you still use it as an outlet to help you with, and when you think about your father?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because you always get the chance like to meet people around you that they're like having some issues and they're like actually I talk with the people sometimes that this sport giving me the chance and you don't even know how many people are dealing with things around you and doing this it's like giving you the chance to talk to them and let them know your story and they feel like so good about it because it's like oh my god I never thought that that happened to you and that is why you start this because it's something that you actually done mix they're like they think that I started for some other reason and they feel like they're alone in their own situations and they're the only ones that they're like passing for those things, when actually no. It's like you're being actually like a live example. Like, oh my God, I'm talking with a girl that actually this happened to her, and she took this as a tool. Now she's doing really good. And then she's talking to me, and by saying that, listen, you could do it. Like honestly, you could do it. Here I am. And just seeing like the succeed that she's having, it's like for them like an inspiration, like to, just get out from their uh, situation, like their emotional sadness zone, to feel like better with themselves and try something new.
Right. Totally agree. I think that you never really know people are going through it. We all go through stuff in our life, and we all find ways to deal with it. I think that doing something physical is a great way to vent like those frustrations, and you got to get that stuff out. I'm a firm believer that when you don't deal with emotional issues, they go unchecked in your body, in your mind, in your body, and in your body, and it can manifest in strange things and disease and all kinds of later.
I believe in that.
And so when you get it, when you exercise and you release that stuff, it becomes this wonderful outlet to be able to release that energy, so to speak. And it really is an energetic thing, in my opinion. But what? I've been formulating these when I come to the close of my interviews these days. My podcast. I've been trying to come up with a couple like interesting, funny questions that I ask people. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Okay, it's like, and 2 of them are the same that I ask everybody else, and one of them I kind of come up with something unique for the person. So the first question is, in your life, like when you look at the survey of your life in your past and also maybe even in the future, like what do you see as your biggest challenge, or was your biggest challenge? You can frame it any way you like. What has been or what will be your biggest challenge in this life so far?
My biggest challenge in life. Um, Let me see. Oh, that's a good one.
And
My
it could
big
be anything.
challenge,
It could be a person. What was that?
my big challenge right now at this point, um, winning the Olympia.
Okay, so that's priority number 1. Like, let's win the Olympia. That is a big challenge, especially given the nature of who's up there. Like Sydney is a wonderful competitor, and I'm going to tell you, I interviewed her. Did you listen to the interview that I had with her?
Yeah, I'm not just like a big athlete. It's just like she's an amazing human being. She's so beautiful from the inside out, and she inspired me a lot. And every time that we are on stage and backstage, that we have the chance like to talk, like she always inspire me so much. And she's so proud of me, and she's always telling me, I know, you just keep working, girl. Just keep working. And like having those, knowing that like you're in the same stage as a same category, it amazes me.
Yeah, she's a pretty amazing athlete, and what makes her even more special, I interviewed her a couple weeks ago, makes her more special in my opinion is she has an incredible grasp on what it means, on her mindset and her attitude. She gets it. She gets how to take her life from where she's at and go and direct it towards where she wants. And she doesn't get sidetracked with a lot of the minutia, a lot of the stuff that you're talking, like all the bad stuff that happens in life, all the challenges. She doesn't see it in any of that stuff. I just think the world of her from a mindset perspective, but also from a career perspective. I think she's a wonderful person. But I really, really appreciate people who have this perspective in life that allows them to weed through all the crap and they can see the good stuff. That is so important because this life is so good to us.
She knows that. She knows that from me, and even one time she told me that you reminds me a lot of myself. And
Well, you know she was a track athlete, right? You know that's what she used to do.
yeah, and she was like, you reminds me of myself by seeing you pushing and not quitting, and just like keep trying and trying and trying. Just keep doing your job, girl, and you there, and Like I just love to talk to her. So we keep in contact, and she's a really nice person, and she's awesome. She's awesome.
Well, here's the next question. And it's, of course, sort of the reverse of this. In your life today, as you see it, what's your biggest blessing?
My biggest blessing, my son.
What?
My son, having the family that I have, and the base that my mom gave me about believing in God, and like no matter what is going on around you, like if you believe in God and you believe in His blessing and all the promises that He gave you in the Bible, like you're truly gonna get whatever you want in life, because it's not about your strength, but it's about His strength. And if He is with you, no matter what is going on around you, and you really believe in your heart by being good with other people, like you're gonna be blessed by being, blessing other people. So I truly believe in that, and that's something that I have been having in my life. And I know that God is the one who always opening the doors for me. And I know that he have like a lot of different things for me. And then this is just the beginning. This is like an open door for other things that are coming to my life. And I just bless because of the family that I have.
I think that's the most common answer for that kind of question is, family, children. And it's extremely appropriate because I think when we survey our life, oftentimes we realize that the biggest blessings of our life really are the relationships that we have because they add the most value. Money's great. Stuff is great. Accolades and awards and championships are great, but they don't really give us the fullness of our life that we really, that we want and that we're really here for, I think.
And to be honest with you, I realized that also you got those moments that when you really think of that by this Arnold Australia, I won, but I was by myself. So I didn't feel like I actually won the show because I didn't have my family, my son, or my mother with me at the moment to enjoy that moment. So for me, it was like, okay, I won, but I don't have my family, my loved one with me to celebrate it. So it wasn't, I was happy, but it wasn't for me like how I wanted it.
Sure.
I was not happy because we were not there with me. So,
Well, I think, when I was a kid, I used to hear people say stuff like this, like, "Oh, I wasn't, I couldn't share this with my family." And I was like, oh, "Okay, I get that." And then as I got older, you start to realize, okay, so a victory or an accomplishment or something that you set your sights on and you work really hard and then you accomplish it, and the juice isn't there if you can't share it with somebody, right? It's like, man, who am I going to tell about this?
It's not even the award or about you winning a show, is about the people that you could share it with. So that makes the difference. That really makes, a winner.
Yeah, I mean, we don't live in a vacuum, so the whole idea behind like having these great lives is a great life isn't in a vacuum. It's lived with other people and it's shared with other people. As a matter of fact, I had this like I'm always thinking about philosophy and I'm always thinking about different aspects of this life, and I'm trying to sort of deconstruct things. And one of the things I was thinking about just the other day, as a matter of fact, was, oh wow, the things that we think are so valuable in this life, like money, cars, houses, championships, whatever it is that you think is valuable, and those are all wonderful things. There's nothing wrong with them, but they don't have nearly as much value if it's in my wallet, or if it's just I'm the only one who gets to have it or share it. It becomes infinitely more valuable once I give it, once I share it with everybody else. My knowledge, my experience, my money, my things, my time. Oh man, if there's one thing I could say, that the most valuable thing that I have is my time. And when I share it with somebody, and I share a lot of time for free with people, for me, it's the most precious thing that I can give. So it's the most precious thing that we all can give, really, because we're not here forever. Not in this life, at least. So, okay. So the last question here, and this is your question. I just thought of this. For some reason, this struck me because you have such a very vibrant and like sort of feisty personality of sorts. And if you were a kind of animal, what animal would you be, and why?
Well, I think that I would be.
That stump you?
It's like I don't know how to say it. Well, it could be like kind of like a phoenix,
Oh,
or it have to be. I think that that because I think that for the negative things, I have been raised myself to just touch the skies.
the whole story with the story with the phoenix, right? So it's a rebirth. It's a rebirth. And so it's kind of like I wasn't expect I was thinking something more along the lines of this is what I was thinking, but I'm not you, so I thought, man, I bet you she's gonna say like a jaguar. Just because I don't know why that animal pops out of me whenever I see you. I'm like, she's a jaguar, man. Like, but
Walking to do their jobs. And that more than a phoenix, because I know that all of us as human beings, we have struggles in life, and but even though those things that happen to you need to raise and rebirth, like you said. And the thing is, like, you could do it like so many things. Like, okay, I felt, but it's not about that. It's about just like stand up again.
that's right.
So if you have life, you can try it and try it and try it. Just don't quit. Never give up on yourself, and learn from the mistakes that you made, and just keep pushing yourself until you get in the point that you want to get and in the place that you want to be. So this is part of it. This is part of life. This is part of living your life, about mistakes, learning from them, but just be willing to learn and just keep walking.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better. That's perfect. Well, tell everybody where they can reach you. Like, where's the best place to reach you? Is it on social media? Is it your email? Tell everybody where the best place to reach you if they want to get a hold of you.
On social media, it's my full name, Jessica _Reyes, REYES _Padilla. Instagram and Facebook, Jessica _Reyes _Padilla. And my email is GESSLEX1@yahoo.com. You could find that on my Instagram page, just in case.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to like sit and talk with me today and be on the show.
And for giving me the chance, like, to share my experience and some of my life and my important things in life with you guys.
You're welcome. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. And before I go, I have to ask this, where do you see yourself, or what's your goal this year at the Olympia? Do you want to move your placing up to third, fourth, second, first? You tell me.
Well, I will. Like, I'm just gonna like put the ball on your side of the of
of the court, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First year, 16th place. Second year, 8th place. Third year, 4th place.
Well, based on that, you are basically cutting your placing in half every time. So if all goes to plan, you should be second place this next year. So I wouldn't doubt it from you.
Minimum.
Well, you know what? I say that I tell this to my athletes, put it in your mind what you want. Don't doubt it. Don't try to figure it out. Put it in your mind what you want and fixate on it and move towards it. Don't try to justify it. Don't try to check it. Don't try to make, because the last thing, what I hear so often in the industry is, do you think that's realistic? Is this a realistic goal for me? Well, I want to tell them, realistic is what you believe. Do you believe that you can do it? Well, then go for
What
it.
you and what you believe is what you're gonna reflect
That's right.
and what is gonna see in you. If I don't see myself as a winner, how can I pretend the judges see me as a winner?
That's right. That's right. You have to be your first fan. You have to believe in yourself first. You have to see yourself as a winner first. You're absolutely correct. That's the bottom line.
So I see myself as the first Puerto Rican ever to be a champion.
Awesome. Well, you make a wonderful champion, Jessica. And again, thank you so much for being on the show. I'll have you on again after the Olympia because I know you're going to do well. So we'll have you on again, and we can talk about what you did different. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you feel a little bit better. You didn't look like you felt too bad, but I know you were kind of under the weather. Go drink some water. Go get your meal in.
Vitamin C and then hit the gym.
Okay, take it easy. Take it easy in the gym if you're not feeling good, okay? Okay, awesome. All right, well, thanks, Jessica. You have a good gym. You have a good workout. I will talk to you later, okay? Thanks for being on the show. Don't hang up, by the way. I want to just close up here, so don't hang up after I stop recording. But thank you so much for being on the show.
Okay, bye-bye.
Handle your high with Tadayoshi.